Hey everyone, what's up? This is something that popped in my head yesterday and I wanted to talk about it. The reason why I'm using the word older instead of retro is because retro can mean many things, but to most people that at least I see on YouTube, it means like games in the 80s and early 90s, and I'm not specifically talking about that, but I could be wrong about that. I just felt more comfortable using older. It's better for this video, and older can mean different things to different people. I'm 23 years old, so please keep that in mind. What might be older to me may not be older to you, so please understand that. I got a comment yesterday on my Altered Beast review, and it was from Ozzy Arcane, and he was talking about the music in older video games because I really liked the soundtrack in Altered Beast. I actually downloaded some of the tracks. That's how great the music was. And I said in my video, I don't know why, but these older games, they always have tunes that get stuck in my head in a good way. And he said, older games had such memorable music because they had less to work with, so they had to try harder to make you remember the game. That's what Ozzy Arcane said. After I read that comment, I started to think about it a bit. And yeah, a lot of the video game music that I like are from older games. Fallout 1 has a great soundtrack, very eerie, and it fits the atmosphere of the post-nuclear wasteland very well. Mark Morgan did a great job. Altered Beast has a great soundtrack. Deus Ex, Shinobi 3, Streets of Rage 2, great soundtracks. Oh yeah, Arcanum of Steamworks Magic Obscura, great soundtrack. Check out the main theme and you'll know what I'm talking about. Chrono Trigger. Chrono Trigger has a fucking awesome soundtrack. I didn't know anything about the game or the soundtrack until my friend Fred actually showed me the soundtrack to the game. He used it in a couple of his videos, some of the music from Chrono Trigger. And yeah, it has a great fucking soundtrack. Frog's theme, things like that, just awesome fucking game and awesome soundtrack. I've been playing it a bit, but yeah, I mean the SNES had a lot of games with a lot of great music, but I started to think about it a little bit more, and not only do I enjoy the soundtracks more, I enjoy playing older games more, but I always find myself going back to games that are like 10, 15, 25, almost 30 years old, and those are the games I enjoy the most. I'm not knocking newer games. There are a couple of games that I enjoy every year and a couple of games that I'm looking forward to. I just enjoy older games more. I'm always playing them. And some people try to say it's nostalgia, and I understand that argument. I mean, there's a lot of games from my childhood that I do look at with fond memories because I played them when I was younger, but that's not always the case, and I can always go back and look at a game that I might have enjoyed when I was younger and see past its flaws and understand the flaws and still enjoy it. So it's not nostalgia. I remember when I did my Fallout 1 and 2 reviews, someone sent me a message and said that the only reason why I gave them such great reviews is because I was looking at them with nostalgia goggles. But that wasn't the truth at all, because I didn't even play the games when they came out. I was like 3-4 years old when Fallout 1 came out. I was young as fuck, and I didn't really start gaming on a PC until a couple of years ago. So I definitely did not enjoy Fallout 1 and 2 so much just because nostalgia or anything like that. I just thought the games were fucking awesome. I think that, in my opinion, that older games, a lot of them were more ambitious than newer ones, even though newer games have bigger budgets and everything like that, and they were a lot harder. This is just my perspective. This is where I'm coming from. You're free to agree or disagree with me or anything like that. That's what I think about these games. I mean, going back and playing games like Shinobi 3, Metal Slug, Altered Beast, and Contra, these games were really fucking hard, at least for me. I mean, let me give you an example. I died more times in Metal Slug than I did in BioShock Infinite. I think with a lot of older games, you had to learn the enemy patterns, learn the levels, and really pay attention to the game because they were not afraid to chew you up and spit you out. And that's one thing I like about games, difficulty. I mean, yeah, whatever. If a game's too hard, it can piss you off and get your blood boiling, but fuck it. I mean, I enjoy games that can kick my ass, so it's all good with me. But I think a lot of these older games had great concepts and a lot of ambition. And that's not saying that newer games don't have that. I'm just saying because I play older games that I like a lot of the concepts. I mean, look at games like Arcanum. I think I butchered that. Planescape Torment, Oddworld, Earthworm Jim, Vectorman, Outcast, Wizardry 8, Might and Magic 7. Look at games like that, and they're from different genres, and there's a lot more. Trust me, I can't speak about every game that I like, or because I'll be here forever. So I'm only mentioning certain games, but look at the ambition with these games. Look at the different concepts, how they went outside the box. I think maybe because of the budgets of games that come out today that people are afraid to do that. One of the most underrated games, in my opinion, one of them is a game that I really loved and I didn't expect I would. It almost came out 15 years ago. It came out in 2001, so that's older than me because it's almost 15 years old. And I played it 2 years ago, I believe. And that game is Gothic 1. Now, there's Gothic 2 and Gothic 3, and I heard Gothic 2 was better than 1, but I haven't played them, so I can't give my opinion on them. But Gothic 1, the concept is that you're thrown into this prison camp. There's different camps, and it's open. It's not like you're just stuck in a cell. It's open. It's in the forest and everything like that. And there's a magical barrier that surrounds it, so you can't get out. That's the concept. And the controls can be a pain in the ass, and the voice acting for the English version sucks. But the ambition in that game, when you really discover the world, it was fascinating to me. I mean, I didn't think I would like this game because I hated the controls at first. And the graphics are a little dated, but just like I said, the world. And especially when you get magic in that game, the things you can do with magic in Gothic 1 is really fucking crazy. Especially compared to these newer games that come out. That's why I like computer role-playing games, CRPGs, and I like older ones too, ones that came out in the 90s and early 2000s because they were ambitious and just great fucking games, and they've become some of my favorite games of all time, CRPGs and dungeon crawlers. But yes, Gothic is a very underrated game, and you should check it out, especially if you like role-playing games. Now, I heard the second one was better. I haven't heard anything about the third one, because I haven't looked at the reviews yet, so I can't judge them two games yet, but definitely with Gothic, you should definitely check the game out. It's very underrated. Ultima is a series that I want to get into. I played Ultima 4 Quest of the Avatar a bit and Ultima Underworld 1 a bit. I heard 7 was the best game, Ultima 7 in the main series. So I really can't wait to try that out. I've been watching a Let's Play of it on YouTube, at least a little bit. Not too much so I know everything about the game, but it looks really fun. I've been really enjoying playing 4 and really going back in time and seeing where Ultima really got its start when it comes to the story, not to the whole series, because there were Ultima games before that, but 4 is when the story really started, so you can start from there. And I've been enjoying it, even though it's dated and you really got to write everything down with Ultima 4. That's one thing you got to do. That game requires that you write everything down that you do so you don't get lost. So if you do play that game, make sure you do that. Or I've heard people recommend starting off with 7. Whatever you want to do, whatever. But that's the great thing about playing older games. I mean, there's always something new to discover. Even if you're someone that played a lot of video games in the 80s or 90s, I guarantee you if you go back, you'll find, thanks to the internet, you'll find stuff that you never knew about. You'll find hidden gems or classic games that you haven't played, and you'll really start to enjoy them. That's what I've been doing. I mean, I've never played Parasite Eve before, and I had a cousin who had a PS1 and a shitload of games, and I played that a bit, and I'm really liking the fucking game. I actually watched a Let's Play of it to figure out what it was, and it was really unique. I mean, that's the thing with these older games. There's always something new to discover. Thanks to the internet, there's so much information that you can find about these consoles or older PC games. Alright, I've been rambling on a bit. I hope you enjoyed the video. There's more games that I wanted to talk about, but if I did, this video would be long as fuck, so I hope you understand. This is not a knock on newer games or games that come out in the future. I said that before. There's games that I'm definitely looking forward to, so please understand this is not a knock on new games. But let me know your opinion on this. I want to hear your comments, so please leave them below. I mean, do you like older games or do you like newer games? Are you a retro gamer, modern gamer, both? Which do you enjoy more? Just give me your opinion. I want to hear your thoughts on this. Have a great day.